What up with it? Welcome to Behind the Curtain, the Mandalorian no cap recap, and I am cue my drop.
Joe.
Blacula.
Good looking out. Now, season 3, episode 5, chapter 21 clocks in roughly at 38 minutes and is titled The Pirate. Episode 5 kicks off back on the planet of Navarro. High Magistrate Grief Karga is putting things together. Well, the pirates are back. Figured that. I knew that Cat Vane wasn't done. Gorian Shard, head of the pirates, tells Grief seeing that he took out a few of his guys, so he's taken out and taken over Navarro. Big pirate spaceship hovering, shots fired, Grief Karga and folks scattered to the mountains, and all of this happened before the opening graphic and the music. Sidebar, I noticed that the Mandalorian's credit music was a little different for this episode.
I don't care.
So Grief sends word to Captain Carson Teva asking for help from the New Republic. So Captain Teva decides to go to Coruscant to ask for some backup. Nerd alert! The high-ups, Captain Tuttle, was played by former SNL cast member Tim Meadows. Trust that you've seen him in a few of Adam Sandler movies. I knew him best as the ladies' man character off of SNL.
Welcome to the ladies' man. I'm Leon Phelps, and how y'all doing tonight?
I seriously used to get him and Don Cheadle mixed up with each other. Teva hollers at Tuttle, and our old partner Elia Kane is ear hustling. Remember her?
Man, Barry was like, bitch, set me up.
She lets it be known that Navarro ain't even a planet that's down with the New Republic. They played themselves and they on their own. Yeah, she's definitely on something. Captain Teva finds the planet where the Mandalorians are on the low because R5 has a tracker on them. Yeah, the Mandalorians didn't like that. It was dope to see how the Mandalorians were ducked off waiting with about 10 guns pointed right at Teva as soon as he hit the beach. That was a dope scene. Teva shows Den this hologram message that his guy Grief is in trouble and that the New Republic ain't gonna help. Den gives this big rah-rah speech because the Mandalorians are suspect on helping Den help Grief. Some of them got bad history with Grief from season 1, but of course they help. They sneak up on Navarro, pirates then took over, wrecked the city, drunk in the street. Another dope scene was how the Mandalorians showed up in the sky and did that airdrop. That was dope. Big fight, a little pushback for dramatic effect. They couldn't have it look that easy. Paz Vizsla got the big chain gun like Jesse the Body Ventura and Predator.
Payback time.
Mandalorians handle the pirates, ship crashes, Gorian Shard is dead, Vane shakes the spot, gets little like Cobra Commander. Grief tells him, yo, y'all might not have a home planet, but damn it, y'all got a home here now. But it's out in them hills, west to east from about King Drive to Cottage Grove, north to south, 75th to about 83rd. Make it work.
Shut the fuck up!
Nerd alert! When the pirate ship crashed, I'm telling you that I heard the exact same sound effect when that Imperial cruiser crashed in Return of the Jedi.
Come on!
Armor Bearer wants to holler at Bo-Katan, makes her take her helmet off. I think it's a trick. Tells Bo that seeing that she's on both sides of being a Mandalorian, that she should get all of the other Mandalorians that's scattered and let's retake Mandalore. Yeah, but retake it from who though? Dig this. The Armor Bearer also let Bo know that she actually heard her when she tried to tell her that she actually saw the mythosaur, which makes her that much more the person to get everybody together. Dig that. Perfect place to roll credits. Nope. Cut to Captain Carson Teva in space in his X-Wing. He finds a blown out Imperial shuttle drifting. The crew is dead. Finds out that this is the actual shuttle that was supposed to have Moff Gideon in it. Moff, Big Brother Almighty, bugging out Gideon, played by Giancarlo Esposito, a Spike Lee alumni. Yeah, I know he was in Breaking Bad. I didn't watch that. They've been actually taunting us, threatening us with Moff Gideon for the past few episodes. In conclusion, I've actually been hearing from one of the sites that I go to for everything. Shout out to Ryan at Screen Crush.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Crush. I'm Ryan Airy. Thanks, man. High five.
Is that people are actually kind of hot and cold with this season 3 of The Mandalorian. Yeah, well, I ain't one of them. I'm actually good with it. I can tell that they're actually building up to something. Maybe Bo-Katan is going to take over the Mandalorians. Maybe they're going to show how that trash First Order came up. One thing or another, we shall see. All right, people, that's it. Holla black at you for season 3, episode 6, chapter 22. That's it. Season 3, Episode 6, Chapter 22 clocks in roughly at 46 minutes and is titled Guns for Hire. This is one of the first titles that I've noticed that doesn't have the word "the" in it. Episode 6 kicks off with Bo-Katan's former Mandalorian crew, Axe Wolves, and they are collecting a bounty on a runaway. Bo-Katan and Din Djarin have been tracking Bo's former Mandalorian crew, which takes them to the planet Plazir 15 or Plazir 15. And as soon as they get ready to touch down so that Bo can holler at her former crew, Bo's ship is automatically taken over kind of lowjack, and they're kind of forced, kind of strong-armed to kind of have this meeting with the kind of king, kind of queen of the planet, who are played by Jack Black and Lizzo. These cameos that I'm seeing, I'm digging them. So Bo tells Duchess Lizzo and Captain Black that they want to holler at the Mandalorians that they're using for security on their planet. The Duchess and the Captain are kind of using the Mandalorians that are there kind of like their security. So the Duchess and the Captain say that they can actually make that meeting happen. But they have to fix a droid problem that the planet is having with the refurbished Imperial droids that's currently working as the labor force of the planet that's beating up and beating down random folk at random times. They can't have that. Ain't that about a bitch? They gotta go through all that just to have a meeting with their own people. Yeah, right. So Din and Bo go holler at the cat that's actually in charge of the security of the planet. Dr. Emmett Jim Ignatowski Brown, or in this episode known as Commissioner Hellgate, or better known as Christopher Lloyd. He lets them know that they're gonna have to get a list from the Ugnaughts of all the droids that broke bad. Sidebar! So of course Dr. Emmett Brown's character comes from the Back to the Future movies, and Back to the Future has to be in my top 10 movies of all time.
I don't care.
The Ugnaughts give Din and Bo a list of the droids that broke bad, but to hit the loading dock next because another droid situation is going to kick off there. Din actually kicked off that kickoff by kicking one of the battle droids. Battle droid ain't having it. He checks Din's chin. Din and Bo chase the battle droid, lay him out in the middle of the street. Droid actually has a card on him to a lounge where all the droids kind of kick it at. Nerd alert! So when Din and Bo walk in the lounge, the music stops, and Din hits Bo with the line that they don't get many of their kind there, which is kind of a direct line from Star Wars about R2 and 3PO in the cantina that they went in. It was something that the bartender said to them about the fact that they don't serve their kind there, meaning the droids.
Hey, we don't serve their kind here.
What?
Your droids, they'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
So the bartender dude is down. He's down to help them because Din is threatening the room, and trust me when I say them droids don't want no kind of problems with none of them. The bartender tells them that the droids that broke bad actually all had the same kind of drink in them. Din and Bo check the body of the droid that they just took out. Damn medical assistant droid from Star Wars. This one was white though. The one in Star Wars was black. The medical assistant droid went batshit just from getting the sample from the battle droid. So come to find out that the liquor that was spiked for the droids to go batshit, the spike in the liquor had something to do with Doc Brown, Commissioner Hellgate. Doc Brown got his own angle. Duchess Lizzo and Captain Black kick him off the planet to a moon. My man Grogu gets knighted. Yeah, Lizzo was digging on Grogu. Bottom line, after all of that, they finally get to see Bo's former squad so she can claim him back. Take back the crown, take back the throne, whatever the hell. Yeah, but Axe Wolves, he ain't about to just give that up, so they gotta squab it out. That squab that they had was short, but it was dope. Bo and Axe, they squab it out. Bo wins. They have some verbals back and forth. Axe reminds Bo that regardless of her beating him, that she still ain't the head, because technically Din is still a rightful owner of the dark saber. And the fact that Din ain't a Mandalorian by blood, whatever. Man, Din been telling y'all that he don't want to have nothing to do with none of that. So Din tells them that Bo actually saved him from the robot monster dude a couple of episodes back. So technically she saved him, which makes her, Bo, the rightful owner without Bo and Din having to scrap it out. Din gives Bo that dark saber. She finally gets that crown back, but what does that mean? We shall see. In conclusion, man, I enjoyed seeing Lizzo and Jack Black. They did a pretty good job and they fit. Christopher Lloyd, seeing him makes me want to go back and watch Back to the Future for the 5,000th time since 2002. When the Back to the Future trilogy came out on DVD back in 2002, I think it was like 2002, 2003. I kept that trilogy on repeat in my DVD carousel back when DVD players could do that. Back when we had DVD players.
Come on!
This episode actually took us back to the multi-layered. To get this one thing done, you gotta do this, and this one-off episodes that we were kind of used to. So hopefully now these Fairweather fans that been complaining about these past 5 episodes can now finally shut the fuck up! Alright people, we got 2 episodes left. Holla Black at you for season 3, episode 7, chapter 23. That's it.
I have spoken.
Oh, dig how I remixed the Mandalorian theme music.